Namaste, my friend. Yes, today we will do the practice that you have to repeat during the day while performing any work outside, whether you are in a kitchen, talking to someone, or doing your daily chores. So let us close your eyes. Your eyes are closed. Find out the most comfortable position of your body. You are aware of the place, position, posture of the body. When you are doing it in a dynamic state, it means wherever you are, you recall, and start the practice inside your mind while performing any task during the day. That level you have already reached, you are not recognizing that. That is the problem. You should recognize. That's why I'm giving you this practice with certain specific mantra, being comfortable. And now it's very easy for you to move the mind on the entire body. The mind moves in the entire body. Mind touches the skin of the entire body, from the top of the head to the toes. Mind is aware of the entire body, means the place, position, and the posture. We discussed in detail before, and now you experience the sensation, comfort, and steadiness. What understanding we have reached by experiencing sensation, comfort, and steadiness. I discussed in detail and I gave you a lot of practices to recognize and realize sensation and the steadiness belongs to the body. Comfort comes from deep within, beyond the mind. Comfort is always there. You are in anxiety, the comfort is present behind it, but you don't recognize it. That is the problem we are addressing in today's journey of self-discovery. Self-discovery checks sensation, steadiness, mind is aware of the body and experiencing, but the comfort beyond the mind. So how do I recognize and realize that experience of the comfort? When the mind is not overwhelmed with anxiety, reaction, duality, conflict. But what is the cause of it? The cause is the delusion. What the delusion looks like, it looks like the water in the mirage. Water is not there. You are feeling thirsty. You are running after the mirror. You are running after the water. Will you find it? You are in anxiety. Just know, recall and remember. Running after the anxiety will solve your problem. No, you drop it. So when you drop it, you bring the comfort in the front. You are aware. Being carefree is the next step we discussed in detail. In many of our practices that I gave to you. Are you graduating in in comfort and graduating in carefree. But yes, I'm graduating. So when you graduated from the 10th grade and now you are in a senior, will you like to go back to the 10th grade? No, I understand it. So if you don't understand, that is the problem. If I don't say, think, reflect, that causes the problem. That's why the anxiety returns again and stress returns again. So being carefree, free from all the cares of the mind. How the mind cares? By the automatic thoughts, impulsive thought that enters into the mind from the back door, but they are not me. Do you recall and remember? The seer and the seen, knower and the known. Whatever you know and experience is not you. I know you, so I am not you. You know me, so you are not me. I know the car is not me. I know the smartphone. Similarly, I know the thoughts of anxiety. I am not neither the thought nor the anxiety. So they are always separate. Our experiences, our thoughts and feelings and emotions are always separate from what I am. Can I see it? Can I become aware of it? Do you experience the sensation in the body? Yes. I am not the sensation. Say in your mind, I know the sensation, hence I am not. Same thing that you have to recall, remember and repeat in your mind. Mind says, no, I am in anxiety. Hold on. I know the anxiety, yes. I have a thought of anxiety, yes. So neither I am a thought of anxiety nor I am anxiety. I am separate and different. Why? I am the knower. Anxiety and the thought is the known. Now for a few minutes to take your mind back to the same higher state, focus and look deep inside the forehead. It's not a big deal for you. We discussed how to focus. Look deep inside the forehead in the space. You have already graduated the senior. Now you are graduating the undergrad session. What is that? That the quick and fast breathing practice helps your mind to leave all the unwanted, uninvited, unwelcome thoughts and the feeling. So you are looking deep inside the forehead in the space and you start breathing quick and fast into the chest. Continue quick and the fast breathing. Continue. So this step pertains to the breathing. And continue breathing. Your ribcage expands and contracts. Continue breathing. Pay attention. The mind, if objects, what should you do? You still continue. How you continue? Your intellect says, no, I will continue to do it and I can do it. I believe you understand. You need not to stop it. quick and fast breathing, your mind will object, but you have already graduated. So you have already graduated. You have already graduated in PPP, place, position, and the posture. That is your 10th grade. Senior is your being comfortable. And undergrad in being carefree. Graduation means what? And now a little higher means entering into the masters is what the breathing is. Am I clear to you? So because you have done so many practices, so you need not to worry, just keep on doing it. And yes, continue breathing. Yes, check that the intellect says what the intellect says, and when it says. When the mind tries to make you crazy, you simply say to the mind, I have done it, I do it, I can do it. But do not stop in the middle. Continue breathing quick, and the first breathing into the rib cage. And now stop this breathing, do nothing. Allow the breath to be normal. What is normal? Watch the flow of the breath is normal. Breathing at present. At the same time, experience sensation. Maybe you can tingling, maybe the freshness, maybe the emptiness. Continue to be aware of the flow of breath through both the nostrils and experience of sensation, maybe tingling, or maybe some kind of freezing. All are good. All are good. We already know with the disclaimer, but you can do it. And now, look, feel, know, head and the neck joint. Stay there and experience sensation, relaxation in stillness. But when you are doing during the day, mentally, you can experience the stillness of the real self, not of the body. So you need not to worry. Don't get confused. Look, feel, and know the right arm. Look, feel, and know the left arm. And experience sensation, relaxation, and stillness. Look, feel, and know the middle portion of the body from the shoulders down to the waist. Includes belly, ribcage, spine, shoulder blades. And experience sensation, relaxation and stillness. Now look, feel and know the right leg. Look, feel and know the left leg. Now experience the sensation, relaxation and stillness. Now move the mind and the entire body. Look, feel and know the entire body. You're already in the masters. You have to check it. It's not a big deal. We have done this step minimum 100 times. So you experience the sensation, relaxation and stillness. Now you are in master's degree. We have to graduate. Very typical. It demands a lot of reflection. Reflection also means the right thinking in line with the principles of Eastern wisdom. We are invoking two principles or two mantras. One mantra you already know, Sarvesham Swastir Bhavatu. May there be happiness for all. Second line is, and I'm just making you understand, maintain that state of sensation, relaxation and stillness. And I'm saying it, I'm giving you this practice casually. We are not getting too much of hiccups. Sarvesham Puranam Bhavatu. May there be completeness for all. Sarvesham Mangalam Bhavatu. May there be, what do you remember? Auspiciousness for all. You told me you have been doing this while walking. So, and then we will use the second mantra, we will merge them together. Bhaj Govindam, Bhaj Govindam. Govindam means turn my mind to the real self. Murdhamati, O foolish mind. So I recognize the foolishness of the mind. How? By projection. Otherwise, sanprapte sannahite kali. We have been repeating the same thing again and again. 20 years ago I had an anxiety, and today also I have an anxiety. 20 years ago I was 40 years and now I am 60 years. But anxiety is the same. Why? I am repeating the same thing again and again. I am not thinking in a right way. And that is why the Master says, Nahi nahi rakshati dukrunna karne. The rules of the grammar don't apply. If I have to learn physics, then I tell my teacher, no. First let me go back and learn the rule of the grammar, and then I will learn physics. What kind of a person I am? I have to, that is what we are entering in. That is the Master's In masters, you reflect on it. So let's Sarvesham Swastir Bhavatu. You are saying in your mind, may there be happiness for all. So when the 9 billion people are seeking happiness, I am seeking happiness for 9 billion people, including me. So I have to reflect. What is that reflection? Is happiness also 9 billion or it is one? Or it is one and the same. Our master says it is the same. It means it is within me. It is within me. And if it is within me, then I turn my mind within. That is one example. That is what we are studying. Bhaj Govindam, Bhaj Govindam, Govindam. Either you say or you recognize, recall and remember at all time or at times of the stress or reaction. What you have to remember, I am happiness. I am peace. I am complete or whole. And auspiciousness is there. When in times of anxiety, in times wherever you are, can I do it? Mentally, internally. And if you do it internally, I want to see what happens. Bhaj Govindam, Bhaj Govindam. Turn my mind to real self. Turn my mind to within. Recall, remember. Why? At this age of baby boomers, the external project slows down. Why you keep your external project so hyperactive? This is the time to turn inward. It is the moment when true peace isn't about fixing the world, but finally being still and realizing what you already are. You have to repeat, you have to remember each and every thought I am expressing, especially for you. Let us move to the second line, The first mantra is being repeated, but the first mantra we repeat, and the second line of the second mantra we reflect. So what is that? Sarvesham Shantir Bhavatu. Sarvesham Shantir Bhavatu. May there be peace for all. Peace for all means? So we have 9 billion peace or one peace pervading everywhere. And if one peace is pervading here, then peace is my essential nature. Now we will pick up the second line of the second mantra. Govindam bhajamu, bhaj Govindam, bhaj Govindam, bhaj Govindam mudhamati, O foolish mind. O foolish mind, when the mind is foolish, when it says, I am in anxiety, stress, reacting, not feeling good, can I say in my mind? You have done the masters, you can definitely say it. Sometime, okay, you miss it, but when you miss it, you repeat it. So when you repeat it, you recall it. Sometime, if you miss it, you repeat it, keep on repeating until, what I want to say, you complete it. Until the mind drops the foolishness. Now we will reflect little deeper. The mind keeps promising happiness in the next hobby, in the next event, in the next relationships, in the financial milestone, even now. But the pattern is clear. You know the pattern. Why? You know the pattern because you have done the masters. So when you recognize that pattern of the foolishness of the mind, by reflection, by thinking like this, you drop it. Let us move to the third. Third line is almost third line of the first mantra. Sarvesham Purnam Bhavatu. Sarvesham Purnam. May there be completeness and wholeness in all. Completeness in all respects means what? Mind will not search happiness in anything outside. Mind will hammer itself when it starts seeking happiness outside. Did you understand? What? So when the mind says, I am anxious, you say, I am peace and happiness and complete. Did you understand it? So when you understand, let us go to the third line of the second Sannaprakte Sannahite Kale. I'm translating for you at this age of baby boomers. How long I have to do the same thing again and again? How long I have to search peace and happiness outside in a person even? Why the thought pertaining to the world outside continue to cause me the anxiety and the suffering? At the age of doing maturity, at the age of doing I would say, at the age of baby boomer, the mind either panics or wakes up. Mortality becomes real, health fades away, the friends passes, events are taking place in front of me. That is the truth of the existence. The question becomes urgent. Have I lived in peace and happiness and completeness within? I have to say to myself, I have to live within. I have to discover that happiness within, and then that will manifest outside. Now the fourth line, Sarvesham Mangalam Bhavatu. Sarvesham Mangalam, may there be auspiciousness for all. Remember, we did not manufacture or produce the auspiciousness, it is already present. Why it is already present? That foolish mind is gone. So, what is the relationship between the foolish mind and the auspiciousness? As such, there is no relationship of the window and the blackout curtain. But still there is a relationship. As long as you have a blackout curtain spread over all the entire window, the summer heat does not enter into your room. But here, it is not a summer heat, it is your real self, it is your peace and happiness, which is prevented by the blackout curtain by your habitual, instinctive and impulsive mind. Oh, my impulsive habitual mind, you again went into the anxiety and stress. Oh, you have put the curtain? You're acting like a blackout curtain? No, let me turn my mind within. Otherwise, we will continue to blame and complain all the time. All our accumulated knowledge, titles, possessions, even respect, can't relieve me from the ignorance and duality and a conflict. So in anxiety, we start looking outside. I say that you look inside. You start quoting the event. I start quoting the principles of Eastern wisdom. Make a choice which the mind should follow. Now you are just aware of the breath, the flow of the breath. You are just flow of the breath going in and out. And in that state of calmness and peace and the joy, you should live as long as possible. Extend that period, extend the period and find out every day how long you did it. What it means? Well, it simply means 1 hour, you did it 1 hour, 2 hour, or 3 hour, or 4 hour, the state is the same. That is your master's degree. Open your eyes. Now you have to live into that state all the time. Yes, let me give you 2 weeks. In the first 3 days, you remember each and every word and phrases and sentences, and you repeat to your mind. Finished. That is your contemplating and reflective meditation, and I want to see what happens. What happens? We have already done it. Perception, I told you, the perception is normal. What is normal? I'm looking at the computer. Perception is normal. How? By default. All my 5 sense organs are externally oriented. Hence, in the mind goes with that. So I'm aware of the monitor and the wall and the light and the other stuff. That is normal perception, no problem. Now perception with likes and dislikes. That too is also okay. Computer is good, but when the repetition of these likes and dislikes in the form of thoughts and a feeling and imagination is a problem, and there begins a projected perception. Look your son as a son, not with a projected perception. Look your daughter as a daughter, not with a projected perception. The moment you look at a projected perception, the mind, can you give me a liberty? That foolish mind returns with all the accumulated past impressions and it says, oh, you haven't done this. Oh, no, I don't like this. No, I don't agree. How many times do you see it? Is it worth saying? Did it help you? And if there is no projected perception, you continue to perceive, okay, my son, okay, I hear you. I know I hear you. But if there is a projected perception, if there is a projected perception, it changes the quality and quantity of that person or object. My mind changes the quality and the quantity and behavior of that person. The person may not change. It is his habit, it is his personality, it is his attitude, so he will continue. But my mind enters into the delusion, projected perception. Do you want to safeguard your mind, or do you want to safeguard the minds of everyone in the world? Can you do it? Mind says, I can do it. That's why we have anxiety, reaction, stress, suffering, fantasy, imagination, and problem and pain. That's why I feel that this week I'm not good. How many weeks in these years you have not been good? Many weeks. How many occasions? Or mostly the same occasions, same event. That is, the mind is called the foolish. Can I reflect by thinking, right thinking, and change it? If you change it, you have done the masters. You haven't entered into the masters program. I'm just giving a metaphor to make you understand. So the projected perception, what the projected perception causes, either it causes the attachment or it causes the detachment. But two things. Attachment is one thing, and that particular thing or a person is treated as a poisonous person, as a poisonous object in my mind. Person is not poisonous, but my mind has colored it poisonous. And why? So what happens? Can you give me an example? Simple example. The guy knocks the door and you open it. Oh my goodness, Again, he has this guy has come to create a lot of problem to me. Guy is a guy, but my mind has converted. That person is a poisonous object. The guy does not know, but I'm already filled with all kinds of accumulated reaction. And I don't know when those accumulated impressions will trigger and cause me an anxiety reaction, duality, and conflict. Did you understand it? So the projected perception has two parts. One, the mind colors that particular thing into a poisonous subject or object, and then it is ready to trigger why it happens, because of the attachment and detachment. And when you repeat this mantra, the two mantras together, you remember the thoughts process. Just to remember the thought process. That will take you to the meditative state, what we have done. Attachment leads to mental looping. If that attachment and that perception of object is a poisonous object, Why I say poisons? In Eastern wisdom we have a word, smartphone is smartphone. I like it, so I have the resources, I bought it, and I take it casually. But if I keep my smartphone near my heart, I don't detach it from my heart. That is poisonous. Now this smartphone has become a poisonous object in my mind. There is no change in that smartphone. Replace this example with a person. How many persons are there around, near and dear to you, whom you don't like to meet? Another you like to meet. So whether you like to meet or you don't like to meet, they are sticking here. Who made it stuck there? Your mind. What is that mind? That mind is foolish mind. And that is, once it stuck, there is a mental looping. The mind keeps on repeating, I don't like this, I hate this guy. That is what the anxiety is. So I have a bad expectations. There is an intellectual paralysis. My intellect is paralyzed. That is why I gave you this practice. So that when the intellect is paralyzed, you are repeating the same thought process. During the practice of meditation, you are repeating it, you are inspired by it, get motivated by it, you enter into the master's degree program. You bypass, you remove the blackout curtain, you remove the delusion. You'll get into calmness and peace there and then. Just try it. Just for the sake of remembering, mental looping, attachment, detachment, intellectual paralysis. What happens in intellectual paralysis? The foolish mind blocks the reason. What is that reason? I am happiness. So it has already blocked I am happiness, then I am into anxiety, I am into reaction. Projection, right knowledge has to be introduced. That is why this practice. Now understand, in the masters, you are already graduating. So masters, you have entered into the masters. So we have three levels of it, three types of it, three levels or three stages or three types of seeker. It is mixed. Anyone can enter into even the higher practitioner. So the first seeker, you are in the kitchen. You are paying attention to cooking, or maybe preparing a cup of tea or a coffee. Wonderful. And suddenly the foolish mind enters from the back door and it starts thinking about a person, and in the mind it reacts. It reacts and you are not able to control that mind. You are not able to change the direction of the mind. Now you sit with a cup of coffee. That person is in front of you. Now tell me, will you not enter into anxiety, reaction, anger while drinking a cup of coffee? If you say yes, but then ask the reason why. Mental looping, poisonous object, intellectual paralysis and delusion. Where they live in my mind. What I need to do, I should not entertain that thought. But how? By the practice I have given to you. What do you mean? Should I stop preparing a tea? No, continue to prepare a tea. Start thinking, I am of the nature of happiness. I'm happy is my graduation in the senior school. So now I am happiness. I have understood happiness is my essential nature. It is the foolish mind that has created an object into a poisonous object, and that is why my mind is feeling the anxiety. I'm saying simply, you say into your mind, I want to know what happens. I just want to know what happens. So come back, understand very at the subtler level, the first type, the seeker, what happens? You are doing everything normally. You are in the restroom, or you are on the bed, or you're taking shower, you're cooking some food, and suddenly some thought enters into your mind from the back door, and then you are confused. Confused? Foolish mind. The foolish mind blocks all your graduations of your 10th grade, senior class, undergrad, and into the masters and the masters. Did you understand the reason you have been asking me? Oh, so I have to remain vigilant. Yes. Second is that mind, second type of the seeker, where mind has created a big ego. I know this is peace and I will live into that peace. What peace? Did you discover that peace and happiness? No. I have imagined it. I have projected it. It is my fantasy. Fantasy, imagination, projection. Our mind just creates it. And now that created, projected fantasy of peace and happiness, you have kept it tight. This is what I want, not what Eastern wisdom says, not what our masters are teaching us. So I am stuck there. Can I give an example? A guy your mind hates and reacts. Now you want that person must change and treat me with the peace and happiness. That is not the spiritual journey. You need not to change the world, I have to change myself. But I create a projected fantasy. That is our spiritual pride and spiritual ego that blocks your awakening to inner peace and happiness. Are you understanding? I believe so. You are baby boomers, so you understand it. And what is the third level of the seeker? Third level of the seeker, distraction is there. Thank you, mind. I'm not going there. Why I'm not going there? I don't create a projected happiness or aversion. There is no delusion. Mind, don't be foolish. Mind, don't create a curtain, blackout curtain of delusion. Don't stop the entry, don't stop the passage of the peace and happiness which lies within me. You treat both the stages of the seeker by remaining vigilant, by repeating, by understanding, by knowledge. What happens then? So we have understood the three types of the seeker. Understand little deeper. The first type of the seeker is a distracted achiever. That causes a lot of problems. You are carried, my mind is carried away by a thought. I'll find meaning when I have more time. The person consumes spiritual content, books and podcasts and workshops, but remains fundamentally scattered. Did I say you to remain scattered? They collect insights like they once collected achievement, but lack the focus to transform knowledge into a living wisdom. And that is what, my friend, I have been pleading, requesting you to do it. You have to repeat listening, and then you have to contemplate and reflect to be very clear. their mind, despite decades of experience, still chase after the next outside. I'm saying go inside. This podcast, this audio file is enough. This video file is enough. Why it is enough? Not because of me, but because of the principles of Eastern wisdom. Because of the right thinking. So, the first stage of the seeker, you can say the distracted achiever. You have to have a focused achiever. Change it. Remember it. Recall it. Preparing a cup of tea and your mind takes you for a ride. You're in master's degree. Second problem is that a spiritual perfectionist. Never say, never dream, I have found the way and everyone else should follow it. Or, I have found the way, I am looking for that in fantasy. No one can predict where you may be awakened. You may live at a higher level than me. You will start teaching me and coaching me. You will reflect upon what lesson I'm teaching you. No one knows. But for that I have to keep an open mind. I don't keep the pride. I don't keep a spiritual ego. And if I keep a spiritual ego, I'm repeating the same thing again and again. Then you will find yourself criticizing yourself. Because you made the spiritual choice, nobody else, they are also suffering, I am also suffering. Third level of the seeker is the conscious transformer. Not the electric transformer. Means that who transforms his life or her life in everyday experience. How do you say that? I recognize when I'm off the track, I return to my track again. How? By the two mantras together. What the two mantras will do, it will awaken, the intellect will start right reasoning plus experience. That is viveka, that is discernment. And once your intellect moves into the path of the discernment, what happens? Your mind, the foolish mind, has no place to hide or stay. Intellect says, I have lived enough. Now is the time to wake up. It is a wake-up call. Wake-up call is a master's degree. What do I have to do? From success, achievement outside, to stillness, silence, mindfulness, happiness, peace inside. Masters who is doing the master's degree, this is a metaphor. Who is doing the master's degree, who recognizes the mind's chase never ends until you end it. If you make the choice, what choice? From today I will not live in anxiety, reaction, trigger coming from the world outside affecting me and my life. Mind's chase never ends. If you forget it, you have a problem. If you remember it, and then the second phrase, unless you end it. So I take a conscious choice to end it, foolishness is gone. Bhaj Govindam, Bhaj Govindam, Bhaj Govindam. I'm just, dividing this verse into four parts. Why? Because it helps us to understand it easily. So that is what the Bhaj Govindam. Literal meaning, turn my mind to the eternal, to the divine, the real peace comes not from rearranging the life again. Now we are baby boomer. Get rid of rearranging your life again outside. That is what you have been doing here. Find out. Write to me how many times you wanted to rearrange and you had the anxiety reaction and stress. Knowledge without inner transformation is powerless. Knowledge without inner transformation is powerless. What it means, you did the practice today and you had a beautiful experience, you forget it, it is powerless now. You remember it, it is powerful now. What the Master is saying, symbolically, Master is saying the outer knowledge or seeking happiness outside with an object or a person or a relationship does not bring permanent peace and happiness. Baby boomers carry the immense life experience and intellect. Our intellect is mature. Why don't we use the maturity? If we don't use the maturity, it bypasses my self-awareness. Now there is a lack of self-awareness or lack of thinking. Lack of thinking is what the foolishness enters in. Nahi nahi rakshati dukrum na karani. No intellectual tool will save you if you don't apply the wisdom to end the identification with the foolish mind. Where is the job of the foolish mind? Attachment, bad and good expectations, delusion, converting in my mind the object is a poisonous object, ignorance, intellectual paralysis, duality. The time of the baby boomers is the most sacred time. It is neither too late. It is just in time. You have a mental maturity. We can learn from our experiences. We may lose. I lost one of my school friends last week. We may lose our friend or health or certain rules in life. What happens? You say goodbye. From the inner core of your self. Don't delay. San prapte sannahite kali. This Master is saying, don't delay. If you delay, 1 week you are calm, the next week you are stressed. 3rd week you are relaxed, 4th week you have a reaction. Why? Why? Think of it. That is all for today. We are doing with eyes open. Yes, you can do it. You also chant. Shanti. You are aware of that Shanti inside. Shanti. aware of the Shanti inside. Shanti, you're aware of the Shanti inside? Or is your mind saying, okay, I will take this Shanti after an hour? Foolish mind. Thank you. Thank you. I'm grateful.